What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. So let's go ahead and stick with this reality star vein that I have been making content for the past few videos. We have reality star Porsha Williams of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Her ex-husband, Simon Gabadia, is demanding that she reveals her multi-million-dollar payday with Bravo in their bitter prenup war. So they are estranged, right? We know that they're getting a divorce. And he's fighting her motion to squash the subpoena for a deposition in all communications with the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers, including her contract, her financial documents related to her Bravo return. In the documents obtained by RadarOnline.com, Simon argued that the information is relevant to their prenuptial agreement war because Porsha's finances have drastically changed since she has rejoined the series. Whew, this is a mess. So Porsha demanded that a judge overrule Simon's request, claiming that her job as a reality star has nothing to do with their prenup. But that's not how Simon sees it. It says, quote, the information sought in the deposition subpoena issued to True Entertainment is relevant to the petitioner's claim for relief and the respondent's claim and defenses. Simon noted that since Porsha wants the prenup that they signed days before their November 2022 enforced, her request for relief alone puts the wife's income and financial status at issue because in order for the court to determine the enforceability of the prenuptial agreement, the court must evaluate the wife's financial circumstances. Simon made it clear that he seeks communications between True Entertainment, the production company behind Real Housewives of Atlanta, and this ex. Okay. Wife's financial status and whether her current financial status of earning multi-millions is just a little over 12 months into the parties' marriage that will make it enforceable of the prenuptial agreement fair. The only way for this court to comply with its duties under the law in determining the enforceability of the prenuptial agreement is to explore the finances, income, and the financial status of the wife. So this is what his filing has read. Simon also dragged Porsha's exclusive deal with NBC Universal Entertainment that she signed for scripted opportunities for other projects across the company's broadcast and streaming properties, which was announced just days before she filed for divorce. It says, quote, the wife publicly announced her return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta just days prior to her filing of this divorce action. The wife publicly also announced that she has entered into an overall scripted talent deal with NBC Universal Entertainment. It is apparent that the wife's financial status and income has changed since the prenuptial agreement was executed in November 2022. Simon said he wants all of the contract and all of her information about all of her finances down to the penny, okay, revealed to him. This is a mess. He's demanding the court, quote, evaluate the circumstances surrounding the change in Porsha's finances before deciding if the prenup should be enforced. Simon further charged that the information he's seeking from True Entertainment is not to harass, intimidate, or oppress any of the involved parties, but instead is to obtain documents regarding the wife's financial status. He said he tried to handle this amicably, but Porsha refused to provide any information regarding her financial status and income. Of course not. Why would she? So Simon goes on to say that the reality star filed an emergency order request demanding that she be allowed to film inside their marital residence when production for season 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta begins. Porsha claimed that the rolling cameras inside the home was, quote, vital to her ability to sustain her income and employment. He said that her financial status is even more of an issue now that she's filed the emergency order, adding it will be a miscarriage of not a miscarriage of justice to allow the wife to assert her claims in this divorce case that directly relate to her income and financial status, but prevent the husband from utilizing the discovery tools available under the law to explore those claims and prepare defenses against them. Simon charged that True Entertainment pays Porsha, quote, multi-millions, and therefore Porsha's financial status and income must be evaluated before the court decides if the prenup is enforceable. The wife's communications with True Entertainment about the nature of her employment and the services that she is able to provide under any agreements are all relevant to the issues in this case. Simon accused True Entertainment and Porsha of failing to appear at a May 20 deposition, the day that she filed the emergency order, and therefore she's not entitled to the relief that she requests in her motion to quash because she didn't comply with the requirements. Simon said that True Entertainment's deposition is necessary to defend himself against Porsha's, quote, unfair and scrupulous claims for relief. He wants the court to quash her motion and pay his and to pay his attorney's fees. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and break this down because this is a mess. This is a mess. And the only reason why I was kind of chuckling while I was reading the article, and I can link it in the description box if you guys want to read it for yourself, is that in the words of Nene Leakes, you can never win when you playing dirty, honey. Okay. I guess Porsha thought that she had come up on a lick, and, while she was still, I don't want to say stealing, but listen, when she, I guess, met Simon, he was still married to Fallon, and baby, the law of sowing and reaping, you guys, is so real. My goodness gracious. She's going through all of this. This man wants to know her ever last penny that she's getting paid by Bravo. She thought that she was coming up when in fact he's looking at her like she's the sugar mama. Okay, like he wants to sponge off of her. And it's messy. I don't know if Porsha is going to address it. I mean, at this point, one would think that she would have to, but we'll see as the season progresses. But yeah, Simon, was projecting this wealth. He was showing all these cars on Instagram. He's still, he's another one, right? One of these reality star husbands who are clout chasing, who projects this image of this, super successful, great guy, when the truth of the matter is, when you look at him saying that his kids are homeless and, he has a litany of, children by different women and broken marriages. And now he's, dragging Porsha through all these court proceedings, demanding that she reveals her, her salary, and he's trying to sue True Entertainment. This is a headache and a half. I'm sure Porsha wishes that she never even laid eyes on Simon Guobadia. He is another Instagram clout chasing, deluded, quote unquote, good guy on reality TV. There's a pattern here. There is definitely a prototype of these men who get on these reality shows and they are just textbook narcissists. Wow. And it is just so obvious now that I'm thinking about it. Like, there is such a clear-cut pattern of behavior that it's really dangerous, to be honest, because you can ruin someone's entire life. There's children involved. Porsha has a small daughter, PJ. And it's unfortunate, and Simon has multiple children of his own. And, I don't know what that IG post was saying that his children are homeless. Yeah, he's renting private jets and taking trips to Dubai and, showing off all these different luxury cars, but yet your children are supposed to be homeless. That's unacceptable. I don't understand how parents can bring children into the world that they just mistreat, but that's between them and their conscience, them, and their God. Um, but what I will say is that I hope that Porsha does have good attorneys. They're going back and forth. She's trying to protect her finances, as she should. Hopefully, she can protect, her daughter. Um, the good news is they do have that home that Miss Diane is staying in, so she won't be homeless, right? But yeah, Simon is coming for every dime. I know she thought she hit a lick when she met him, but he said, no, the tables have turned, and he is trying to get every single penny, dime, nickel, quarter from Porsha. Well, you guys, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about him, fighting her tooth and nail and demanding that she reveal her finances? And he wants the prenup, essentially thrown out because now she's making money with Bravo now that she's back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's a mess, but we will see. I will keep you posted. You guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, aces. Bye.